We are live, and the Punjab Kings have stunned the Mumbai Indians to sail through to the final. Shreyas Iyer plays a captain's knock and takes his team to the final. What a cool celebration by the end of it. We
Yeah.
expected that. We didn't expect a big celebration from Marcus Stoinis and Shreyas Iyer on the field, and it was one of the best knocks in this IPL so far. Not only under pressure, but to do that as the captain, to do that in the
Qualifying
qualifiers
too.
too, to
Yeah.
take your team to the final after the way you've lost against RCB says so much about Shreyas Iyer, the man. Yo, it's
What's up,
great to
guys?
see so many of y'all, even if it's just 10 for now. It's 10 at 1:45 a.m., which is insane. Isn't Vasu a CSK fan? Nice. Finally, man. Hey Akshay, hey Shreyas, hey Random, hey Rahul.
Yo, some new names.
Yeah, this is so cool. It's so cool to see you guys at 1:45, and we were so excited, hi Vasu, to be able to do this after a match like that. What a match!
Yeah, we're absolutely dead, but we're also floored by the kind of knock that Shreyas played. We will get into all of it. Definitely like the stream, but
Yeah.
what an innings, man. This is the clutch captain-like
Yeah.
innings, the similar thing to what Kohli might have played in 2016, I want to say.
That's true, dude.
Insane stuff. Just the way he was guiding the ball through third man. There's so many
Especially
things.
to Bumrah,
Yeah,
like
that
that
was-
one over. I think it's
Yeah.
the 17th or the 18th over. 17th
Yeah.
over. Just to do that off the stump. There's so much to talk about.
Facts.
Hey Samuel, hey Random, best cricket YouTube. Praatibh says, "What a game of cricket." That's true. To be fair, Praatibh did predict that Punjab Kings were going to win, and that is exactly what happened on paper. Mumbai Indians on not just paper on Friday.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys rode off the Punjab Kings,
Yeah.
and here we are talking about the victory. What a victory! What a match! What a time to talk about the game.
For everyone who says that statistics does not predict everything, I just want to say we called it before the match started today. Everything was going in the favor of the Punjab Kings, right from the toss to
Yeah.
them choosing to chase to the form of Shreyas Iyer at Ahmedabad, his 97 not out. Everything was in their favor.
Yeah. Let's get into this. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked the stream, do that already. But let's get into it. Of course, we have to get into every segment. We're not going to rush this, even if it's 1:50 a.m. But we appreciate the fact that you guys have joined in at this time, wherever you are in the world, or even if you're in India. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about the pitch and how the pitch eventually played out. It was a belter off a wicket. There's a reason why both the teams scored 200 plus. In fact, Punjab had a little more than an over 2 spare, even while chasing a target of 200. So belter off a wicket, something that did work really well, and something that all the bowlers from both the teams really did, was pitch the ball short of good length. Even if it's not full paced, there was a lot of hit the deck slower balls, and Murli Karthik kept reiterating that. I mean, as much as
Yeah.
I can listen to him, but there are times. But yes, that's something the fast bowlers really focused on. That is hitting the deck as hard as they possibly could, regardless of the pace. And there is a stat that we do want to go over, which we might just eventually do go over, and we have a picture and all of that. So we will talk more of that. But yeah, it's something we talked about before the match even started. Ahmedabad is going to be a belter of a wicket, and so it was. If we were to talk about the pitch, let's talk about the venue. Something that is criminal is having a boundary of just 57 meters. I think that's criminal to fast bowlers or just bowlers in general. But here we are talking about 57 meters boundary, 60 odd meter boundary. But yeah, that's that. Let's talk about the Punjab Kings.
Cool. Coming to the Punjab Kings, anything I say today will be short of the kind of praise that I can possibly give them in words because of the kind of match they've played, especially after losing qualifier 1, and from there to bounce back in the fashion that they did. Extremely young side. But let's get into firstly their bowling, and then we'll get into their batting. Bowling, I think the first thing that the Punjab Kings did really, really well today was they came with plans. They came with plans, they executed. The plan was very simple because of the rain and because of how the pitch had become. It made sense to pitch the ball into the pitch, to hit the deck, to ball those short of good length deliveries, to cram the batters for room, to ball it around their shoulder height or around their neck height. That's exactly what they did. That's how they got Rohit Sharma. That's how they eventually, I want to say, got Bairstow as well. And it was showing all of the bowlers, barring Arshdeep Singh, who had a bit of an off day despite starting off really well. I thought all of the bowlers did what they were supposed to do, ball the lines and lengths according to the field placements. you could see very clearly that there was a clear ploy to ball short balls, and you also had field set accordingly with the likes of fine leg or long leg or square leg, whoever it is, being in the positions and the balls constantly going there. So I think on the bowling
This
front,
I've put the pitch map.
oh yeah, the pitch maps here as well. You'll see here, as you can see, 37% of it is all short. And even in the goodish length, it's 18%. There's not much that is pitched up. And that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that there was a clear ploy to use that tactic. And here's the thing, right? The dimensions at Motera are a little weird, where Ashwin has talked about one side being extremely short, the other side is that's why relatively longer. And the plan was quite simple. It was to make the batters hit towards the long side. And that's what these guys did well. You'll see a lot of the batters getting dismissed, being caught at the boundary. So that was good. Also, a couple of matchups that we also spoke about pre-match in our lives was that Yuzvendra Chahal to Sky. He eventually got him off the last ball. And we'll also get into why these couple of things were key moments. But on the bowling end, I think this covers most of it. I'm just seeing if I missed anything. Yeah, I think it's mostly that. Couple of, if I have to be super critical of what they could have done better, was in the field avoiding that overthrow that in fact caused a momentum change in the direction of Mumbai. In the end, it will matter less because Punjab have won today, but those are some things that they will want to tighten. Coming to the batting front, of course, we'll talk about Shreyas Iyer, but before that, I have to talk about Priyansh Arya, Josh Inglis, as well as Nihal Vadera in particular. I thought Inglis, the way he took on Bumrah, getting 20 runs of Bumrah's first over, that's not something you ever see. You've not seen this in the entire IPL this year. And for it to happen in a game like this, I think that is what set the tone beautifully for the Punjab Kings. From there, all of them played handy knocks. I think Vadera did really well to stick in and build a partnership basically with Iyer. And then once Iyer was set, it didn't matter if Vadera got out because he just knew, because Shreyas Iyer just knew which bowler to take on. You knew you had a couple of overs of Bumrah to get through, which you did, and you could target some of the lesser experienced bowlers, which is exactly what happened. Full marks to Punjab. I think they did their homework extremely well, and they held their nerve in a very important chase.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go from the Punjab Kings to the Mumbai Indians. Yes, they are out of the IPL, but it's important to talk about them. It's important because as the Punjab Kings, you also learn from what the Mumbai Indians did wrong and right, and you take that over against the RCB because you're playing in the same ground. Now, before the match started, we did talk about how the openers will really need to do well. Rohit Sharma failed. He again got a chance and then was caught out finally. Johnny Bairstow, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, all of them contributing runs, which was great to see if you're a Mumbai Indians fan and if you're part of the Mumbai Indians management. Hardik Pandya did struggle a bit, but there was Naman Dheer who took the attack to the opposition. In the end, I thought they batted quite alright. I felt like there were moments where the Punjab Kings were pulling it back here and there. But the Mumbai Indians didn't let that happen completely. There were batters just cruising it through, hitting those odd boundaries, almost like what Shreyas Iyer did, but while chasing. And this is also why we talked about why Punjab is a better chaser, because they just know how to go about it. But let's stick to Mumbai Indians for now. And then that's where the Punjab Kings came into bat and Mumbai Indians were going to bowl. I thought they started extremely well, both Trent Bolt and Ray Stopley. It was no shocker that Jasprit Bumrah bowled a couple of overs before the power play. But what let them down was the drop catch. Dropping Nihal Vadera was a very big problem. I mean, they started off well, getting Prabh Singh out. He looked out of sorts even when he came to field. He let go of a boundary. And then when he came into bat, he wasn't there for the longest time. Josh Inglis, of course, he did his job. But then even getting his wicket was so needed for the Mumbai Indians. But from there on with Nihal Vadera, if you're going to drop him, he's won matches for the Punjab Kings this season. And that's exactly what he saw. I felt like for the most part, the Mumbai Indians bowlers did their bit, but the problem was, like Praatibh said, when Jasprit Bumrah came in to bowl his first over, and if he's gone for 20 runs, Hardik Pandya in the last match talked about how you could go to Jasprit Bumrah whenever you wanted. He's like a cheat code, except the cheat code wasn't available this time around, because if he's gone for 20 runs in the first over, you're looking for someone else to compensate. And Ashwini Kumar did his bit here and there. I think in the 11th over or the 12th over, I think in the 11th over he just gave away 4 runs. So he was able to do his bit. But if Bumrah is not being able to take wickets, and that's also what the commentators are reiterating, you don't want Bumrah to come and give silent overs. You want Bumrah to come and take wickets. and he wasn't able to do that. The fact that the Punjab Kings were so careful when Bumrah came on to bowl, yet attacking, yet getting those odd boundaries off Bumrah, it just went to show that when Bumrah does have an off day, there is no one to rely on. Except there is a criticism that not a criticism, but there's just a discussion, a food for thought for you guys. Hardik Pandya, the bowler, was the best suited on this pitch. I mean, it's very unfair for people to say that why did Ashwini Kumar come in the 19th over and why didn't Hardik Pandya take the onus, him being the captain then responsible. He's done this before, he's done this for the Indian team. In fact, he's bowled the last over in a T20 World Cup against Bangladesh in the last over. That was his first T20 World Cup for that matter. So why didn't Hardik Pandya come do it in the 19th over? Because it's his pitch. It's the pitch made for his kind of bowling. Hit the deck, slower balls. He's bowled extremely well. He bowled decently up until then. So why didn't he do it? Will be a question asked. As much as that's a criticism, my defense to that would be Ashwini Kumar's used as an impact player for this role. Like, he's made for this role. He's made to come and do this. I have a feeling Hardik Pandya would have possibly taken the 20th over if the match did go that far. But I think Hardik Pandya thinks that if Ashwini Kumar is made for this role, if he's been practicing off the scenes for exactly this, then at that moment you give the better bowler the 19th over. And I think that's what Hardik Pandya tried to do. In this case, he failed, but he also said that in the press conference how he should have taken a bit more responsibility, rotating his troops, which I think he did that decently, because if you want wickets, you're always going back to Bumrah. You're right. Before the 17th over, Bumrah only had 1 over left. That again might be a criticism, but come on. Mumbai Indians were looking for a wicket. Mumbai Indians were looking to get Shreyas Iyer out. You would have had to bring Bumrah back. If the match got over in the 17th or 18th over, you would have talked about why didn't you bring Bumrah back. So it goes here and there anyways. But yeah.
Cricket fans, this is your moment. Introducing Play 11's, the ultimate cricket collectible experience. Mint unique digital cards daily, showcase your collection, and earn exclusive rewards. Visit play11s.com and start your collection today.
Alright, if you want to check out Plays 11s, the link is in the description.
Definitely do that. But yeah, coming back to the game itself, key moments from here, I think all of you have seen the match, all of you know what it is, but just to summarize it for you, I think one of the first key moments was getting Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma out in consecutive overs. Both of them being dismissed for 44, I want to say, going in the 13.5th and 14.1st over. That was a huge point in the game. If both of them were set, if one of them managed to play it till the end or play it for the next 2 to 3 overs, Mumbai Indians would have been getting a lot more than 204, 205, whatever they got. I think that score would have been in excess of 220. And I think that was a major turning point. From there, the next thing, of course, was Inglis taking on Bumrah, getting 20 runs of that first over. That's huge once again. Vadera being dropped, that also mattered. And 19 runs in the 13th over against Topley. That's also something that the Punjab Kings did right. Because before that, they'd had 2 silent overs. And from there, for them to take on Reece Topley, I think it was Shreyas Iyer who had 3 sixes, I want to say back to back. That really set the tone for Punjab Kings into ensuring that they don't lose momentum. So, majorly, it's these 3 key points. I also saw some stuff in the chat going on around how Shashank's run out could have been.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and that basically puts something into perspective, right? When Punjab are walking into the final against RCB, they know that they haven't played their best game yet. The game they played today still had a lot of flaws, and which is why I think Punjab going into that RCB game, if they can bring their absolute A game, are going to threaten RCB. Jeez, I'm so sleepy, guys. Words are barely coming out. But yeah, I think that's on the key moments. From here, we move to the man of the match.
Let's talk about the man of the match, and there is no question. It has to be Shreyas Iyer. I mean, there is no doubt. The man, Michael Clark said this over commentary, where when Shreyas Iyer came on to bat, unlike the match against the RCB where he looked rushed, this time around he took his time. He was 12 of 11 balls or 12 of 13 balls or 13 of 12 balls. One of those. He took his time. And then not one moment did he let the pressure get to the team. There was a point, though. I'm not going to lie. We'll be candid about this. There was a point where Praatibh and I were talking about, is pressure getting to Shreyas Iyer? Is it something that's affecting him? Because we haven't seen a 12 of 11 balls from him in a long time. Unless my memory is short and we have seen him. But I don't remember seeing it. And so we were talking about his pressure getting to him. Except he just proved, I mean, not as wrong because we weren't doubting him. It's just he proved the fact that he exactly knew what he was doing. because not once did pressure get to him, especially in that Rice Topley's over. The 11th over, I guess, was the 4 runs over. The 12th over was when Jasprit Bumrah came on to bowl and he gave away 6-7 runs. So the pressure could have been on. And then Rice Topley comes into bowl in the 13th over. Shreyas Iyer hits him for 3 sixes. Insane batting. That was exactly what was needed at that point. And he just continued doing that. When Bumrah came on to bowl in the 17th over, he hit him for a boundary from the stumps. Like, it's that... I can... Like, if he was even half a second late, he would have probably been bowled. Jasprit Bumrah would have been celebrating. The Mumbai Indians would have had their game on their hands. The fact that Shreyas Iyer just has the audacity to be able to do that. Even the over before that, he hit 2 boundaries between the keeper and the fine leg, and one was between the fine leg and the backward point. But yeah, behind square. Just the fact that Shreyas Iyer could just control the tempo, control the game, make sure the run rate was not climbing over 12 and a half, or even 13. He made sure it was between the 10 and 12 mark, and he made sure he was there doing it for them. Not one rash shot, except there was one rash shot. There was one slog that I called out. I mean, but there was no point in the match where he looked like, hey, he's going to get out, or he almost got out, or he's giving a chance, or he's playing a rash shot. He was in control. And this is the Shreyas Iyer we know. This is clutch. He's done this for the Indian team against New Zealand in the semi-final in the 2023 World Cup. He's done this time and again. He's done this in the Champions Trophy. Now here he is captaining the Punjab Kings, captaining an IPL franchisee for the 3rd time. A new IPL franchise. I mean, his new.
Yeah, his third.
His 3rd franchisee for the first time. And here he is taking the team into the final after a disappointing. I mean, we were very critical of him after the first qualifiers. But here we are praising him. How the tables turn. That's the man of the match for today. Let's go to From the Stands, because you guys have been going about to have almost 30 odd people in.
Bring in your questions,
at
guys.
2 a.m. Yeah, let's talk to you guys for a bit, and then we shall talk about nothing. We'll just go. Is there any reason why Iyer shouldn't be India's next white ball captain? We have made an entire video on this. We have made a video on how he's the best captain and how he might never become India's next captain. Check it out. I think it's the latest video.
It is the latest.
Yeah, it's the video we released last Friday, so go check it out. Cricket Predictor. Think how hard will it be on Aswin right now? I mean, 2 months ago he was talking of the town of his great performance, but for now, all the wrong reasons. Also, why doesn't Hardik back himself to bowl?
So, couple of things. I don't think Ashwani should be too affected by it. Obviously, he's done his best, let's be honest, right? And he was given that responsibility because of how he's fared through the entire tournament. So, I personally think he hasn't done much wrong. It's not like he did not nail his Yorkers or his deliveries. It's just one of those days where the batter is better than you and you have to accept it. As for Hardik not bowling that over, it's as Ashwin also spoke about. Hardik has done this before, but because of the fact that Ashwani has been doing so well, has bowled well in this match, this is the role that Ashwani is given. And so Hardik wanted to trust his play with that role. In hindsight, maybe you could say, okay, maybe Hardik could have bowled that 19th, given Ashwani the 20th, but I think they wanted to flip it and see how it goes. At the end of the day, if Ashwani pulled that off and if Hardik was then able to come and control runs, then everyone would have praised it, called it a masterstroke. So it's always one of those what ifs that you will look at simply because of the result, and that's how the perspective comes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple of trivias that I do want to go over. I want to say this is accurate, but let's go over them. Mumbai Indians have never won a game at Ahmedabad since 2014, something we talked about pre-match. The top 2 since playoff was introduced will continue to win the trophy is a trend, I guess. MI has lost every time Bumrah didn't pick up a wicket since 2023.
That is massive.
That's 2 years. That's 2 years where Bumrah hasn't picked up a game for the Mumbai Indians and they've always lost a game. Again, take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not sure how accurate this is because we haven't checked it ourselves. It's just been sent over. But Mumbai in this year's IPL has never lost when they've set a target of 200 plus, and this is a first. So, yeah, a lot of trivia, a lot of interesting stats coming out of this match. Should KKR break it up? With one insan, can we praise the Yorker for a bit more? Gave me goosebumps. Yeah, there were a lot of Yorkers bowled by everyone from the Mumbai.
Is he talking about the Yorkers or the way the Yorkers were steered away to the boundary?
Oh, fair.
Dude,
Could
I
be
think
either,
just
actually.
to put it in perspective, sometimes when you're watching it on TV, we don't quite realize how fast that ball is coming, especially when someone like a Bumrah is bowling it at 140 clicks. It takes probably a second or lesser to reach the batter. From there, firstly, to make contact with the ball that is a perfect Yorker, that's one thing. The second thing is to be able to get the bat down at an angle such that you bisect the field where backward point is slightly ahead, third man is slightly behind. So backward
And the
point
keeper,
is
there's a keeper
there's a
also,
keeper as well. And the next thing is to get that angle, and then after that to be able to time the ball such that you get enough power on it for it to go away to the boundary.
Right.
All those three things, I hope I'm able to do some kind of justice.
Yeah.
And it's not that he did it once, he didn't do it twice, he did it 3 times. And those were crucial boundaries. It reminded us of Kohli in his prime, honestly.
True. Cricket predictor, unpopular opinion, but we've talked about this. What if Bolt had taken Vadera's catch earlier? Things might have been different.
100%.
Ifs and buts.
100%, yeah.
Okay, so Vasu, I have a thing to say about this, right? Talk about the okay enough Topley catch that the commentators were for some reason talking like the best catch of the season. Now, here's a bit about this, right? When you're running out of the circle, especially when you're head on towards the crowd and you're looking for a catch when the ball's going away from you, that in itself is difficult. And then when you know that there's someone like a Santner or just anyone running towards you, I'm not saying you haven't played the game, but if someone hasn't played the game, you wouldn't realize how difficult of a situation that is. So catch that might have seemed very normal if Santner wasn't there, and they wouldn't have praised it as much.
Yeah.
It's because there was someone else running in, and he's running out, and the ball's going away from him. I mean, to be fair, it was just the ball just stuck in his hands. It's one of those catches that he needed.
He
to
has
stick.
buckets for hands.
So
yeah.
it might not have been the catch of the season, but it sure was a very difficult catch that he made it look very simple.
Yeah. Plus, to add on to that, if you've ever been to cricket coaching, that is always Mitchell Santner's catch.
Yeah, that's
you aren't even supposed to be going for that. Mitch Santner should have called and taken that easy peasy. He's running in. It would have been a straightforward catch for him.
True.
So yeah.
All right, lads. If there's echo, give me a minute.
Alad, thanks for the super chat.
Oh no, I don't know. I did something. Oh yeah. So Alad, thank you so much for the super chat. You were the first one actually to say there is echo. So appreciate that.
All right, we're trying to fix that.
I don't know if I fixed it. We'll find out, I guess. This is a thing that's been going on since last November. But here we are. All right. With one incident, according to you, where did the match change?
We spoke about key moments, but it changed when Bumrah went for 20 runs. It changed when Nihal Vadera was dropped. It changed when Sky and Tilak Verma fell in the span of 3 deliveries. Those are all the places where the match changed in favor of Punjab. Yeah.
Was it the best catch of the season, Vasu? Absolutely not.
No.
It was just a difficult catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the commentators are made to hype things up, so I don't blame them. Why did Josh have to go for a review knowing he nicked? I don't think he nicked. I mean, with his reaction, it's just one of those things that happen so quick. It's fine. We're tired of saying that. Yeah, I know we're tired of saying the echo bit. I apologize. I mean, if you're talking about the echo bit, I do apologize. Bro, first time when I saw you, I was like, when did KS Bharat start a YouTube? I'll take that as a compliment, I think. You think MI bowlers were a little sleepy at the end there? Lol, Vasu. I think exhausted? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, very possible. Dude, this was a game that should have ideally ended when the first
4 hours
innings
ago?
ended.
Yeah, 3-4 hours ago.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's 2 a.m. guys. Even for the players, of course, their schedules are different. They probably wake up a little later because of how on match day things go. But yeah, like, and plus, let's not forget the fact that Mumbai just played a game, the eliminator,
True.
1.5 days back, essentially. No practice time. It was optional practice. Most of them were just recovering. And yeah.
Nikhil Hardik has been bowling well, but once he's going bad over, he's refusing to bowl another over. That's not true. And I saw a comment earlier again about Jasprit Bumrah chucking and all of that. I don't know if you're just rage baiting or if you actually think he's chucking. Because if you actually think he's chucking, we've got to read up a little bit. We have made a Jasprit Bumrah video, so you can watch that. But if you're going on to go about it, then we'll probably just ignore it, which is fine, I guess. You can still have. The camera once panned to a fan sleeping on the shoulder of his friend. Yeah.
But he did wake up.
Yeah, he did wake up the next second. Do you think pbks will miss Marco Jansen in the bowling attack?
It seems like no.
To be fair. Yeah, go on, sorry.
The finals in Ahmedabad, they would have missed him a lot at Mullanpur. But I think here they've decided that they want to play a certain brand of cricket and they want to ball in a certain fashion. That was evident today, which is hit the deck hard and try and make use of that longer side of the boundary. So I think they just need Arshdeep to step up in the final, and the rest of the bowlers need to remain the same, possibly get a little better. That will be so good for the Punjab Kings.
Who do you think was the pick of the bowlers for the Punjab
Punjab
in
Kings.
terms of economy?
Who
You
had the
called
best
him out before
economy?
the match. Yeah.
Azmatullah Omarzai.
I mean, you also called him
Yeah,
out.
I did call him out.
Yeah, but no. It's Kyle Jamieson.
Oh, he bowled well. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
4
did.
overs, 30 runs with
Yeah,
an
yeah.
economy of just 7.5, picking 1 wicket. He was the only bowler to give less than 8 runs per over,
Yeah.
which is insane. And this is what he just needs to continue. I mean, they clearly had plans going into this match. From the get-go, everyone were bowling short of good length. It almost felt like they knew what the pitch is going to do, but regardless of what the pitch is going to do, this is what we are going to do. And it almost played out in their hands.
Yeah.
The fact that it was a hit-the-deck slower balls or hit-the-deck kind of pitch, where you also got extra bounce at times and it skidded on at times. There are a lot of things happened with this pitch. And they played with the longer boundaries. They made sure batters weren't easily be able to hit straight. Again, it's criminal having 50-meter boundaries. We could clear that easy.
We have.
Yeah, but that's no. They should think no, we can't.
We have.
Sudarshan, Punjab opener failed both the playoffs. Do they think they can deliver and final, especially against Hazelwood and Bhuvi? I mean, yeah, sure, why
Good
not?
question. See, the whole point is that you've backed them the entire tournament. They've delivered for most of the tournament just on the basis of 2 bad games where you know that the oppositions are working a lot harder, doing more homework to ensure that the openers don't get off to a start. I think it's okay. You still trust them because a last moment change is just going to come off as panic, and that's not what you want as a team heading into the final.
Yeah, that's true. Vasu defending his Bumrah once again. If you think Bumrah is chucking, you might think Muttaya Muralidharan is doing an underarm or something.
Hey, that's Malinga.
Yeah, that's Malinga. I mean, to be fair, if you think Bumrah is chucking, then you think Muttaya Muralidharan is chucking, then it's a whole other conversation.
And just to add a little more on that, there is a difference between the chuck and the hyper extension that Bumrah has, which we've covered in a video.
Yeah.
You can probably just search our channel name and Bumrah, it'll come up.
Shishya Kulam, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Iyer is going to join the lovely company of R. Aswin and Ben Cutting, if you know what I mean. Those who give RCB trauma in the final.
We will find
Yeah,
out.
we'll find out on Tuesday actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be Hulk Stoinis. So a lot of people surprisingly dislike RCB in this chat today, which was the other way around in the last couple of days, but here we are. Abhinav, 9 teams will be praying for RCB loss in the final. Nice. Judge, reverse chuck. Yeah, but that's not actually chucking. is
Yeah,
it?
like it's just. Yeah. It is what it is.
But yeah, what a fantastic game. Not just for the Punjab Kings, but especially for Shreyas Iyer. A lot of people have been talking about him being the future captain and him being in the ODI team, him possibly being the ODI captain. We made a video on this. I mean, it's a possibility if Rohit Sharma gives up captaincy and Shubman Gill says, I just want to focus on test.
Yeah.
Then Shreyas Iyer might just get something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a match to look forward to on a Tuesday, but I think today and tomorrow, even if you're an RCB fan, you just have to sit back, watch the highlights once again, watch how Shreyas Iyer went about his batting, because that's such a beautiful game of cricket.
Yeah.
It's, like Praatibh said in the beginning, it's very Virat Kohli-esque of 2000, I mean, forever.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, every
I
time
mean,
Virat Kohli chases.
Clinical chase.
Yeah.
It was pure class.
Yeah. And what was more classy about is the fact that
Cold celebration.
yeah, cold celebration. Like, a lot of people talk about Shreyas Iyer being arrogant.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about Shreyas Iyer being, arrogant, having a lot of attitude. The man has confidence. He's been dropped 100 times. He's been picked. He's been dropped from the Mumbai squad, removed from the central contracts. Yet, if he can have that confidence, you should just back that man up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I mean, it's so easy to be down and out and to feel sad for yourself. And with all the interviews, the way he talks about, the way he carries himself,
Yeah.
he evidently doesn't. And he bloody performs. That's insane. Darvish, we don't hate RCB, it's just some fans. And, right. Oh, what slogans?
The 2 sloggers.
Oh, the podcast. Good lord. This might honestly be the best knock of this life for Shreyas Iyer. Huh?
Ooh.
I mean,
He has played some classy
the New Zealand
knocks. Yeah.
2023 semi-final was important. Virat Kohli was not slowing down, but let's just say taking steps.
Yeah.
And it was important for Shreyas Iyer to do what he did.
Yeah.
He scored 100 in that
Scored a
semi-final.
quick 100.
Yeah. Really curious up to what level of cricket you all have played. We'll talk about this.
Levels सबके निकलेंगे.
No one hate Iyer. He's not at all arrogant. I don't know why this debate came. No, just because people do talk about it. I mean, I don't think he's arrogant, but if you're on Reddit,
You might just think Shreyas Iyer is the most arrogant man in the world. The echo is more insane. Yeah, sure.
That's crazy, dude. Damn. We honestly don't know what it is that's causing the echo.
Yeah, because we'll talk about this some other time. Last 6 overs, MI 0 6s.
That is a very cool stat.
Yeah,
We didn't pick it up. Yeah.
we didn't pick it up. Thanks for that. India T20 top 5 right now looks unpredictable. It feels like 4 spots are up for grabs. Interesting.
Yeah. That is another conversation for the 2026 World Cup, which
Yeah.
hopefully we're still around to cover.
India does this a lot. They confuse confidence with arrogance. So I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next segment. That's almost the end of the segment. It's 2:20 a.m. almost in India.
Yeah.
India seems to have some middle order depth suddenly with Karun and Iyer and all. Shreyas was there for a while. Yeah, Karun coming up in Test cricket. But yes, this has been our live. We were always going to do this regardless of when the match ended, and we are glad a lot of you guys showed up. Something I do need to say is a lot of you guys leave a very long comment on our YouTube videos. You put in a lot of effort, even if it's some might say hate comment or some might say critical, and there are comments that not back us up, but like continue the conversation of our video, talking about what they have observed from the video or the player that we are talking about. You should know that even if we don't react to it, we do read it all, and we appreciate the effort you put in those comments because they're bloody long, and I can't imagine the amount of effort and time you've taken in, especially the one with stats in them, which means you have done your homework and you have taken the time to put all of that down. So we appreciate that. We
Kudos.
do read it,
Yeah.
and it's just that we can't. Sometimes there's so many comments because there are three. Not that there are.
Because we're popular now. There's too many comments to reply to. No,
That's
but
not
yeah.
true at all. It's because we put out 3 videos per week, and
Yeah.
we also put out shorts almost every day, which means there are so many comments to go through.
Yeah.
But we go through the long ones. We go through everything there is to go through. Just wanted to say
Thank you.
for that.
Appreciate the engagement.
Yeah.
And appreciate the banter on cricket that we have all the time in the comments, here in the live chat and everything.
Yes. So the post-game live after the finals is going to do numbers. Hopefully, what does
Let's
numbers is the test series.
Yeah, that too.
5 test matches, 5 days.
Yeah, for people who haven't liked the stream, definitely like it. And for people who are new here, we are going to be going live before the final and after the final. And we're also going to be going live all days of the test series in England. So stay tuned for all of that.
Yeah, there's so much coming. There's so much more content coming. Yeah, hopefully exciting times. But let's let it be 27K tomorrow. Yeah, Akshay. Damn sweet. You could make fun of
Fingers crossed.
our echo if you're going to support us like this. So appreciate it. So let's meet on Tuesday. We are putting a video out tomorrow. It's about Veda Krishnamurthy. If you guys don't know who she is, it's a very interesting video. One of the biggest what ifs in Indian cricket, Indian women's cricket, that is. So watch out for that. We'll be putting out a very interesting RCB video on Tuesday.
Yeah, very interesting RCB
made by the
video.
man himself.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in at 2 a.m. in India.
Yeah.
Appreciate all the support that you give us. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out all the links in the description. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, please do that because we've been stuck in 2,200.
Yeah, just not enough followers.
Yeah. So do that too for
Yeah.
us.
And check out Play 11's link in our description. Loyalty has its rewards.
Thank you so much for watching. Peace.